Pop quiz time for those who think they know their scripture. Who is this verse talking about? He was robed in a cloud with a rainbow above his head. His face was like the sun, and his legs were like fiery pillars. He was holding a little scroll which lay open in his hand. He planted his right foot on the sea and his left foot on the land, and he gave a loud shout like the roar of a lion. When he shouted, the voices of seven thunders spoke. Then he said to Joshua, "See, I have taken away your sin, and I will put fine garments on you." If you said Jesus, I think you're right. But let's see who actually said those things. The one who forgave sins of Joshua was the angel of the Lord, mediating for the Lord. If you see here down in verse 3, it says that Joshua was dressed in filthy clothes as he stood before the angel. The angel said to those who were standing before him, "Take off his filthy clothes." And then he said to Joshua, "See, I have taken away your sin, and I have put fine garments on you." If you thought it was Jesus that was robed in a cloud with a rainbow above his head with the voice of the lion, I would say you're correct. But here it's called another mighty angel that came down from heaven. Why do I think that this is Jesus? Well, because of the rainbow over his head, his legs were like fiery pillars, and he had a little scroll which lay open in his hand. Who took the little scroll? Revelation 5 verse 7. This is talking about the Lamb who was worthy to open the scroll. He went and took the scroll from the right hand of him who sat on the throne. In Revelation 10, we can see that John takes the scroll and eats it, and it turns his stomach sour, but in his mouth it'll be sweet as honey. Where have we seen this before? Ezekiel 2:8. But you, son of man, listen to what I say to you. Do not rebel like those rebellious people. Open your mouth and eat what I have given you. Then I looked and saw a hand stretched out to me, and on it was a scroll unrolled before me. On both sides it was written words of lament, mourning, and woe. In Ezekiel 3, it says, "The son of man, eat what is before you. Eat this scroll." And then it goes down and it says, "The scroll I am giving you, fill your stomach with it." So I ate it, and it tasted as sweet as honey in my mouth. Well, who gave him this scroll? In Ezekiel 1, we can see that it says that this was during a vision of God. What's that word there for God? Elohim, which is Jesus. Here in Daniel 10, we can see that an angel is called Lord, and more specifically, an angel who looks like a man. If you go and read Acts 7, and then go to all the verses where it's talking about Stephen is defending who Jesus was in the Old Testament. He was the angel of the Lord. If you backtrack and go look at all of those verses Stephen mentions, all of them were the angel of the Lord speaking, or Lord, which, as we know, could be Jesus, or because angels were called Lord. Go study.